Welcome to Country Chick Brews. I'm Bev, and you might be noticing that we're taking this channel in a little bit of a different direction. So, yeah, we are going to be doing more foraging, more fermentation, more dehydrating of different herbs, different medicinal herbs, and we may throw a bottle of wine or two here and there. But for the most part, we're going to be taking this in a totally different direction. And so this is the maiden voyage of the revamped Country Chick Brews channel. So I'm going to spin you around and show you what we will be foraging today. First thing we're going to be working on today is this little beauty. And these are called purple dead nettles. And I'll go a little bit more into detail when we get inside. But they are very prolific. They are, they just grow everywhere. And you will know what they are. Get one picked here. Because they have these little tiny purple flowers on top. I hope you can see. The sun's awful bright today. Little tiny purple flowers on top. And the leaves are a very clear heart shape. But the primary way you can tell that these are the purple dead nettles is they have a very distinctive stem. I wish you could get a better view of it, but the stem is actually square and is basically flat on all four sides, thus making it a square. So I'm going to gather some of this. Like I said, it's very, very prolific. And it comes back every year, so you don't really have to worry too much. As long as you leave the root system in place, you can't really pick too much of it. So yeah, this is what we're going to work on today. And I'm basically just taking the heads. It's okay if you get some of the stem, but I basically just take the heads, almost like you're deadheading a flower. And didn't really want to do that. But yeah, it's just that easy. Basically, you're just deadheading a flower, only you want the good heads. There you go. There's some of the flowers you might be able to see. So while I was out foraging for the purple dead nettle, I came across a whole bunch of dandelion greens. Now, you may have heard that dandelion greens are edible, but might be a little iffy on how. I have heard that you can make a dandelion wine with it. I don't know how I would enjoy that because dandelion greens are bitter. And I'm not particularly fond of anything bitter. But, you know, dandelions are everywhere. You just can't get rid of them, so who knows? Since this is the Country Chick Brews channel, I may, not promising, but I may just decide to do a dandelion wine. Can't hurt anything, right? But did you know that you can use them in salads? You can saute them with a little bit of onion, garlic, salt, pepper, just like you would fresh spinach. You can make something called dandelion fritters. Haven't ever heard of those, so again, not into the bitter thing, so I'm not real sure about that. But you can also make something called dandelion root coffee. I love coffee, but again, not real sure if I would particularly care to ingest the dandelions. I don't know. we'll see. But not only can you eat them, you probably should. They are loaded with vitamins A, C, K, and E. They have folate in them. They have iron. They have calcium. So if you need to increase your calcium, dandelion greens are the way to go. And they have potassium. Now, it's my understanding that the best way to use them is as a tea. However, you can dry them, which I recommend you do if you want to make the tea. But they are so good, I guess, medicinally. They support your blood sugar management. You know, if you are a diabetic and you're on insulin, do your research. Talk with your doctor, see if it would in some way react with your insulin treatment. It's good for your heart health. Again, if you're on blood thinners, you're taking heart medication, anything like that, check with your doctor first. Do your research. I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be anything in the medical profession. All I know is I've done my own research. So be sure you do your research. Let's see, what else? Oh, they're full of prebiotic fiber. So they're great for your gut health. I probably should figure out a way to get these into my diet because I suffer from what's called a redundant colon, which means my colon is basically extra loopy. It's just extra long, so it makes it loop around. And I have a lot of intestinal issues. So maybe I need this myself. I can't tell you to take it if I don't, right? It also, let's see, heart health. Oh, it's great for your skin. It's great for your liver. So dandelions, one of nature's superfoods. So I'm going to get these washed up and clean up some of the stems a little bit. Some of them a little dirty. And get them in the dehydrator and add them to my apothecary. Now the reason for this video is, we don't need that leaf, this little guy. Let me see. I want to find a really nice one to show you. Here we go. This is the purple dried nettle. And, oops, sorry about that. There it is. And what is so amazing about this is that if you have a first aid kit, you need to put this in your first aid kit. It is great to stop minor blood flow. You're out in the woods, you get scratched on a thorn. Take this. I personally will be making it into a salve that I could keep in my first aid kit. And you would take that salve and just rub it on your scratch. It will stop the bleeding. It will, it has some antibiotic properties, so it will help keep down the risk of infection. In a pinch, it can help heal minor wounds. I mean, if you are using an axe and you chop off your finger, it's not going to, magically heal your finger back. But for minor cuts, scrapes, abrasions, minor blood flow, yeah, you want this in your first aid kit, regardless if it's for your wilderness kit, if it's kept in your car, kept in your house. You want this amazing little plant in your first aid kit. Now, to recognize, it has these very distinguishable little velvety leaves. that are basically heart-shaped. Or in some cases, people have called them spade shape. And on top, you have these, well, okay, the tops are this deep, deep purple with little pink, little teeny tiny pink to purplish flowers. And they grow everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. I found them over by the corral. I found them over by the chicken run. I found them growing in my flower beds out in front of my house. And they are just, look at this, just from like 10 minutes of foraging. My basket is probably this full. So I will be drying these and adding them to my apothecary. And so that's a little bit of the direction I'm going to be taking this channel. So stick around and we'll have lots of fun. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.